And now, Living Well with LDS Hospital.
Excited to own my glasses.
So excited to be here with Lupe Cruz from LDS Hospital. She is a certified nurse midwife, and we are talking about hydration during pregnancy. Now, I've had 4 kids, so I've heard drink more water, drink more water. But until this, I didn't realize exactly what that water is doing. So kind of tell everyone why hydration is so important when you're pregnant.
So when you're pregnant, your fluid volume increases. You need that water in order to just help with your baby. The amniotic fluid, that's the fluid that's in and around your baby. Kidney function, your baby's kidney functions. So that extra blood volume that you have, it needs to flow.
Well, I mean, it literally builds new tissue. It doesn't just carry the nutrients, but like you said, I mean, it blows my mind that actually forms the amniotic fluid.
Right.
I mean, you think of things like flushing out the wastes and toxins, but to actually be building things for your baby too is so important. What are some benefits of proper hydration?
Some of the benefits would be that it decreases constipation, which we know is an issue with pregnancy. It reduces edema, so it kind of seems counterproductive when we see someone who's swelling and their feet are filled with fluid, and we tell them drink more water, that'll help, and they kind of look at you like,
well, how does that help?
Sense. Well, it's the sodium balance. If you have excess sodium in your body, it's going to go and go into edema and get your feet swollen and your hands swollen. But if you flush that, so you're diluting that sodium in your body, and your body's better able to flush that. So that's why that works. It keeps you cooler, so you don't overheat so much, which is another problem when you're pregnant. It increases your energy, decreases the risk of urinary tract infections, which can put you into preterm labor.
Well, I'll tell you, when I went in to have my 4th baby, they said what had kind of put me into labor was dehydration. Why does it do that?
Well, your uterus is like any muscle. So you think about when someone is working out, working their muscles, they'll cramp if you don't get enough fluid. Even when you're working out, your trainer or whoever you're with will say, drink more water. If you don't, you get those cramps. Well, your uterus does the same thing, and it'll cramp. It could put you into preterm labor, and if it continues, make you have a preterm baby.
So let's talk about some signs. If you aren't sure if you're drinking enough water out there, what are some signs of dehydration?
One of the main things I have people look at is the quality of their urine. I know that seems kind of weird, but we look at that. You want it to be very clear, a pale yellow. If it's looking dark and concentrated or has a strong odor, then you're not getting enough water. And people always say, I try. Well, look at your urine. If it's looking too concentrated, then that's definitely a sign
to go grab a drink of water. Now, this is something that I had heard before is headaches. Whenever I have a headache, my husband says, did you drink enough water? Why does that cause headaches?
Well, you know, again, it's with the fluid volume in your body and the everything that's in your body, the electrolytes. If they're not balanced properly, then you're going to feel the headaches. You're going to feel that.
What about some of these serious complications that can come from dehydration?
So serious complications, low amniotic fluid, the edema, it could cause birth defects. If there's not enough fluid in the amniotic sac, that could cause birth defects. Of course, we talked about urinary tract infections that could lead to preterm labor and preterm birth, and kidney stones. If anyone has ever had kidney stones and knows what that feels like, that is horrible.
Excruciating pain.
It's worse when you're pregnant too.
Oh, so horrible. Okay, so we don't want to get dehydrated. How can we prevent it?
So keep with you fluid all the time. It doesn't always have to be water. I had a really hard time when I was pregnant. I could taste every single mineral in the water. It was really difficult. So I tell my patients to put fruit, just frozen fruit. You can put raspberries in there. You can slice up some lemons, maybe cucumber, and it gives it a little bit of a different taste.
It, yeah.
Right. And it's better than throwing Kool-Aid or powdered lemonade or something like that into it.
Well, and it's important to avoid caffeine.
Avoid caffeine, yes. Some people drink it for their headaches, and a cup of coffee, you know, about the equivalent of a cup or two a day is not bad, but I would suggest if you're dehydrated, don't drink coffee because you're replacing the water and
Well,
the
and
fluids
then you
with
think
the
you aren't
coffee.
thirsty.
Right.
Such great tips.
Right.
Thank you so much, Lupe, for being here
You're welcome.
today. For more information, be sure to visit ldshospital.org, and we are going to link their website from ours. And until then,